Beloved audience, listen to the full story about Christopher Columbus. This is the story of a great explorer, an adventurer, a man who stood by his beliefs. It is the story of Christopher Columbus, who set sail to discover a sea route to Asia, but instead discovered much more. In the midst of fierce economic competition among the European kingdoms, trade routes to Asia were of vital importance. It was Columbus' idea to sail westwards instead of east, and cross the Atlantic Ocean to reach the East Indies. It was a promising idea, but a very risky endeavor, not to mention a very costly one. Columbus tried to garner funding from a number of kingdoms, Genoa, Venice, Portugal and England, but they all turned him down. After years of lobbying, the Spanish monarchs, Queen Isabella I and King Ferdinand II, finally agreed to sponsor Columbus' endeavor. Backed by the Spanish crown, Columbus was able to equip 3 ships and gather an able crew. On the evening of August 3, 1492, Columbus finally set sail. It was the beginning of one of history's greatest adventures. On September 6, 1492, after a quick stop in Gran Canaria for some repairs and restock provisions, Columbus embarked across the Atlantic Ocean in his search for Asia. After a grueling 36-day journey that drove the crew to the edge of mutiny, land was spotted on October 12, 1492. Columbus believed he had discovered a new sea route to Asia when, in fact, he discovered the Bahamas archipelago. The islands were inhabited, and Columbus was greeted by friendly, peaceful natives. Columbus thanked them for their hospitality by trading glass beads and hawk bells for their treasures. Trading with the natives did not yield what he desired, gold. His greed for gold led him to explore the New World further, losing a ship and taking native prisoners in the process. He did not, however, discover any gold. Columbus returned to Europe, leaving a few men behind in what was Spain's first settlement in the New World. This was not his last expedition, however. He would return 3 more times in search of gold and wealth. Columbus' voyages initiated the Spanish colonization of the New World. A period of European exploration, conquest and colonization soon followed, which greatly impacted the development of the Western world we know today. Christopher Columbus left his mark on history. This concludes the story of Christopher Columbus. Thank you for paying attention.